All right, hopefully you guys are ready. Are you ready? Are you paying attention? Are you ready? Good. Class. Wow, that's so weak. Man, come on. You gotta at least pretend like you want to be here. If you're able to pretend like you want to be here, then I can pretend like I want to be here. And it makes life go a whole lot easier. Okay. So, anyone walk in here super late and still don't not know what they're doing? We're on 7.3 in our notebook that we started on Tuesday. All right, so solving linear systems by the addition method. Now, all this right here, most people, if I read through this, you'll probably fall asleep because, some people are already waiting to pull out their phone for some reason. So let me go through this like that Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, yeah, no one actually ever reads this or pays attention to me when I start reading. So I'm just going to show you how to do it instead. Now, if you had a test and it didn't ask you to show your work, how would you do each one of these problems? Huh? On the calculator, right?
No.
You would just graph them, right? Hint, hint. Okay. At this current moment of time, as we're entering our stuff, you could just put it into the calculator to verify your answers. But you still need to actually know how to do it. It's kind of like you learned it last year in Algebra 3-4. But I know a lot of people, partake in the devil's lettuce for some reason. Okay. And they forget everything they did math-wise last year. Okay. Yes, we know that happens. I know, right? Okay. I'm going to show you guys step by step. So what we're going to do is addition method. Addition method is actually not really addition, it's canceling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my x's and my y's. I want to cancel out one of them. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add them together, and I want one of my values, one of the variables, to equal 0. And to do that, I'm going to start by doing the y's. I'm going to do the y's, but if I add my positive 2y and my negative 8y, is that going to give me 0? No. Can I do something to the entire first equation? I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply the entire first equation by some number, some constant, and I'm going to make it add up to a positive 2y. So what would I multiply this entire first one to? Remember, I want it to be able to cancel to be 0. I want my y's to cancel. Positive 4, right? So if I multiply everything by positive 4, and I will show my distribution here. So this 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 2y, positive 8y, equals, and 4 times 48, 192. Check my work on that, please. You guys got calculators in front of you. 4 times 48? $192. Okay, good. All right, so now that I did that, now I'm not going to use this top one anymore because this top one is now this one down here. So I'm going to combine, or addition method this. I'm going to combine these together. So now, I just add straight down now. 9x and 12x. What's 9 plus 12? What is it? Nope. 9 plus 12? 21. 21, right? 21. Okay, there we go. See what I did there? Yes. Put it away, because every time I see you with going sideways, I'm thinking that you're playing some Tecmo Bowl again or something. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't.
I know, right? Because this is our time together. You wanna diminish that, would you? No, I know, right? We're good to go here. Anyway, so 9 plus 12 is 21x. And I have my negative 8y and my positive 8y. So negative 8 and positive 8 gives me positive 0. Positive 0. Is it negative 0?
No.
It could be. 0 is not positive or negative. So negative 8 and positive 8 is going to give me 0, which is my magic number, and that goes away. Yes?
This is my hot take on 0. I don't believe 0 is a proof.
Why?
Because I think it's a placeholder.
Technically, it kind of is.
It's just like it's not enough. It doesn't have value.
It doesn't have value. It could be. That I know that's like a shower thought right there.
My thought on 0.
I know, right? That you're just sitting there and like thinking over everything in life, and all of a sudden you're like, is 0 really a number? Because it's not. I know. I know. Yeah, right. Anyway, so equals negative 24 and positive 192. What is it? 168. So positive 168. And now I still got to get that 21, right? I got 21x. So what am I going to do to get rid of the 21? Divide both sides by 21. 21. All right, so x is 14.
No.
It is 8.
Dang it. I think half of it is 0.
So it is 8. But now that I have that, I now know. Now that I have the x value, now that we have that, what do we do with the x? What do you think I should do with the x? Throw it away? No. Try again. Plug it in. Where am I going to plug it in? I can plug it into the top one or the bottom one.
The bottom.
Bottom one or top one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're both going to give me the same answer. So I'm going to plug it into the top one because that one looks easier. 3 times 8 plus 2y equals 40.
Wait, both of them are gonna do.
For y, I'm going to get the same answer for y.
Yeah, because I did that.
You did the other one? Okay, so let's go through and see if we get the same thing, okay? All right, so 3 times 8 is
No.
24
Oh, yeah.
plus 2y equals 48. Now, I want to try and get my 2y by itself, so I'm going to take away 24 to both sides. So 2y is 48 minus 24. I get 24. Divide by 2. Y is 12.
Wait, 4 divided by 2.
Yep. You got 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, questions, concerns, complaints, conspiracy theories. Okay, so my x value is 8, my y value is 12. My solution looks like this. It's an ordered pair. 8, comma 12. How can I verify my answers? I like to be right all the time. Put it in the calculator. Please do that right now. I would like all you people plugging it into the calculator right meow. No, it's not. You're going to plug it in right meow. So, huh? Yes, you're going to do the grapher again. So 3x plus 2y equals 48. Yes, you're going to put it in the calculator. So you're trying it right now to make sure that it is correct. Because you're going to make sure you're always correct by verifying your answers. And this also gives you more time to practice with using your calculator. Because some people don't like to pay attention when I say, hey, plug this in the calculator. And so they just write numworks down instead of actually writing down the steps. But you ain't heard of me because I ain't one to gossip. But, you know, people that do that don't do well.
Want to know who said that yesterday out of nowhere?
What?
AJ. I'm like, shut up, bro. You're not punishing.
Hey, you ain't heard it from me because I want to gossip, but I think that's a smart man if he's quoting me. The calculator's sideways. You're supposed to be entering this in the calculator. So now you have to pull it up on your computer. Did you do it though?
I did do it.
Lies.
I didn't know I did it.
Because I saw you playing football on the stupid.
Okay, but that was like after 20 minutes.
You ain't heard from me. But I don't think you're gonna survive this class. Now, if you notice, my coordinates here do not say where it crosses right here. It says 0, 24, so I have to arrow over. And for those people that are paying attention, if you arrow over and you highlight this spot, it will tell you that this is the intersection. That's key every time you plug one of these in and are actually looking for it. That it says the intersection. Okay? Because if it does say intersection, it might also say intercept. Okay? That's important. There's a difference between the y-intercept and the intersection. So this is where it crosses the y-axis. And if I continue, over here, this is my 0 or x-intercept. So the calculator highlights it and even shows you where the answers are. So 812 is my answer. And okay, so right here it says linear system having no solution or infinite many solutions. The number of solutions to a system of two linear equations and two variables is given by one of the following. Number of solutions. Exactly one ordered pair. That means that the lines cross, okay, they cross at one point because they're straight lines. They're only going to cross at one point, which it's going to look just like this. This is going to be exactly one solution. Two lines intersect at one point. No solution. No solution, these lines are parallel. If you're looking at the graph, you could see that they're parallel to each other. They're never going to intercept. They're never going to cross. So two lines are going to be parallel if I look at it when I plot my graph. parallel. So that would be no solution as an answer. Last one right here, infinitely many solutions. Two lines are identical, okay? Here's the vocabulary that you're going to end up having to use for your answers. It says infinitely many solutions. Lines coincide. That means they're on top of each other. The lines are the same line. Okay, my dude. All right, today is Thursday, right? All right. Hey. Anyway, all right, so this is again, it's going to touch at all real numbers. At every single point, it's going to touch. Okay? They are coinciding. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you already have the paper. So now, a system with no solution. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter this one in the calculator, see what you get. Yeah, we were just talking about you a moment ago because he said you were caught quoting some like super genius guy. Who? Huh? He said he did. Yeah, he said yeah you were quoting some really smart philosopher or something.
No, not that, DJ. I said, first off,
He said
I said AJ.
Oh, could have sworn he said TJ. AJ.
I said AJ.
Okay. All right.
Second off, if I was talking about DJ, I wouldn't be talking about that DJ. I'd be talking about the other DJ.
The other DJ. How many DJs at this school, man? Seriously, everyone thinks that there's some like SoundCloud rapper now, and everyone's DJ something. Okay, are you entering this in the calculator like I asked? Distracting my whole class, man. You came in just your presence. Everyone has to look at you and pay attention to you.
Well, look
Okay.
how TD is, bro.
Bro.
Yeah,
Obviously. I know, man. Seriously. Everyone, I know. Okay, we're entering this into the calculator. So if you're using the web browser, all you have to do is hit refresh, and it will clear it out. Grapher, add, empty. Let's see. It says.
Wait, is it block?
It's Grapher. Yeah. Do you want me to back it up again?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to Grapher. And
Click OK.
yeah. Okay. There you go. So 4x plus 6y. 4x plus 6. Now to get to the y, it's alpha 3 equals, which is shift pi, 12. Hit OK.
Yeah.
Add my second line. 6x plus 9. Alpha 3 is my y. Shift pi equals 12 again. Hit OK. Plot graph. There we go. And now, it shows that my two lines, are parallel. So I'm going to arrow over to show you. I'm just going to arrow to the right. So I can just keep going to the right. If you notice, these lines, they're not getting closer, are they?
No.
Nope, they're not getting further apart. So they're parallel. So it's always going to look like this. So do these intercept? Say no. They don't cross, so therefore, since they don't cross, this is no solution.
They don't cross.
Yep. This one right here would be a problem with infinitely many solutions. Okay. A couple things that you would write for this one is all real numbers. Lines coincide. Lines coincide because the lines are on top of each other. They are the same line. And if it asks you the equation of the line, all you have to do is just enter one of them. Because I believe it's actually going to be x comma y such that y equals 3x minus 2. So your answer is going to look just like this. Okay, this is from your homework. That's all you have to do. Same line, lines coincide, and it's going to give you a number solution set like this. You could actually, this part, because it's going to ask you to enter it, it doesn't matter which one you enter, because they're the same line. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, good. All right, and that being said, before we start this one, I'm going to pause. I want you guys to actually take out your homework, and we're going to do some of the homework problems real quick. All right, so now from here, we're going to continue. This is the last of it. So modeling with systems of equations, making money and losing money. Revenue and cost functions. You're always going to have two equations for these. A company produces and sells X units of a product. Revenue function, price per unit sold. Okay? Now, whatever you're making, you're going to actually sell something, and that's going to be your income. Cost function, it's going to be your fixed cost plus whatever cost per unit to produce. What that means is, so for your cost function is, it's going to be a certain value. Let's say, for instance, you own a business. You have to have a business license. You have to have employees. You have to have insurance. You have to have all these things. And that's before you can make any money. Okay? That's going to be your fixed cost. That's going to be a cost to own your building, your rent every month, your power, all that. So no matter what, that's always going to be your fixed cost. Now, on top of that, your cost to produce each unit. So DJ, he has a burger chain restaurant. It's called DJ's. Now, huh? No. Okay. His cost, his fixed cost is going to be his electricity, his employee cost, his rent, okay? Everything it is just to even be in business. Now, since he has a burger chain that is national, it's amazing, it really is. It's got these 1 pound burgers that you go get, right? And they're like super grade A, aren't they?
And they do it turntable style with your caddy.
Yeah. Anyway, so those burgers are pretty good, but guess what? He still needs to buy the hamburgers. So he has to buy stuff to cook. So it's going to be a certain amount that you have to pay to get that ground beef, right? To get that ground beef, to get those buns, the lettuce, tomatoes, the pickles, the sauce, right? It's going to cost you for every single burger that you make is going to be your cost per unit. So you have a 1 pound burger, guess what? The cost is going to be included there, so it's going to be how much it costs you for 1 pound, right? That's what we're talking about there. For every single burger that you produce is going to be the cost. The point of intersection of the graphs of the revenue and the cost function is called the break-even point. Now, DJ, if he sells 0 burgers, he's gonna go out of business real quick because this number right here, this fixed cost. If he still has to pay his rent, his employees, his power, his water, all that electricity, that's going to be fixed costs. He has to sell a lot of burgers to make revenue to exceed your fixed cost and the cost for every burger you sell. Right, DJ?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we're gonna go through and says finding break-even point. Okay, so a company is planning to manufacture radically different wheelchairs. Fixed cost will be $500,000, and it will cost $400 to produce each wheelchair. Each wheelchair will be sold for $600. Now, if you're paying attention and not staring at your phone for some odd reason, where's my pay attention ball? DJ, that's you.
What?
Pay attention to me.
Oh, sorry.
This is our time together. Pay attention to me.
You gotta lock in, bro.
Anyway, so we need to identify two things. We have a cost and revenue. What is my income? What money is coming in? It says each wheelchair will be sold for $600. Is that going to be a cost or revenue? Revenue. That's coming in, right? Fixed cost is going to be part of my cost of producing $500,000 and will cost $400 for each wheelchair. That's going to be for every wheelchair that you make. So you got to, you got to buy tires, you got to buy the metal, you got to buy all that stuff. That's going to be part of the production cost. We're going to write a cost function. So my cost function so from the word problem, please read through that. What is a fixed cost that I can't get away from? Are you reading the word problem? Anyone? The what? No. Read through the word problem. What is the fixed cost that I can't get rid of? Huh? Nope, not 500,000. 500,000. That's fixed.
Oh yeah, fixed. It literally says fixed cost will be.
Yes. It is 500,000, no matter what. So in a design, okay, you think companies actually make all kinds of money? Yes, they're selling it for a little bit. Actually, selling it for a whole lot more than what you think it costs to make. But the big thing is the investment to make it. So yes, the wheelchair, 500,000 to make it. That is the engineering, that's the plans, that's the patents, that's the all that nerdage stuff that it's going to take to even create or invent something. That's in this cost right here. Plus, my cost for me to make every single wheelchair would be how much? Very good. So it's 400 for every single one, right? So what do I have to add to the 400?
Oh, the X.
X. It's all right. No. It's the X. 400X. So if I sell 0, X would represent 0, right? So if I sell 0, I wouldn't have to pay my $400 because I didn't make any of them, right? But I would still have to pay that 500,000. If I make 10 of them, it would be 10 times 400, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because that would be my cost. So that's important. So that's the cost function of this. Now, let's go about that income now. Revenue function, R of X, revenue, income. What do I get from the income? What's my revenue function?
600.
Say it.
600.
600.
That's
100.
That's what I was saying.
Yes. 600X. So if you think about this, if I make one wheelchair, that would cost me $400 to make, right? Yes. And if it costs me $400 to make, I would sell it for $600, right? So would I have a profit there? I would have a profit. I would. How much would I profit for each one that I sell? It would be 200, right? So each one I would be increasing towards this, but the big thing I have here is my cost function. that $500,000 it takes to be in business in the first place. So I have to sell a whole bunch of these to be able to make up that cost. And that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go ahead and rewrite this so I can enter this into my calculator. So they're both going to be, instead of the C of x, the function notation, I'm going to write it as y equals and my second one's going to be so I'm changing it from function notation to y equals to make your life a whole lot easier. Someone took my cable. I know, it's stupid, right? I have some lying around, but no one ever wants to put anything away because that's why we can't have nice things.
Rigo has a charger over here. You need a computer charger? Yeah, but his computer pretty charged. You can take it.
He said it's still his.
I mean, I don't care.
And yeah, no one ever puts them away. It's kind of annoying. You see them just lying on the ground, kicking them around. Have nice things. All right, let's put these in the calculator and see what we get. You ready? You okay? Why are you laughing? What? Did I miss something? Oh, thank you. I appreciate the love. Can you? Yes. There we go. Thank you. This is my pay attention to me. All right, so I'm going to hit refresh on this to make my life a little bit easier. Go to my grapher, add element, empty, y equals 500,000 plus 400x. Next one's going to be y equals 600x. Plot graph. Now, if you notice, my graph doesn't look like it's touching, right? So can I find out where it touches?
Yes.
Yeah, so go ahead and just arrow over. Bam! Somewhere right there, right? And I go to where it says intersection. So that means that my value's here. So my x is 2,500. My y is 1.5 million, right?
My ex is even my wife is
Yours different?
yeah.
Go back and look at your expressions. Does it look like this?
And it gave me a different
That's the green one. You don't want the green one. Okay. So let me go up. Why's your thing not want to work? So where did these two cross? Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but
I found it.
you got it? Oh, there you go. You got it? Good. All right, you found it too. So yeah, you have to see both of them. All right. So now, since I have my answers, now I can actually solve for what that means. My X was it 2,500? 2,500. Now, in this word problem, what is it representing? 2,500 what?
X. No, wait.
What are we talking about in this word problem? You might have to go back to look at the word problem to see what it says. Say it again.
Oh,
The cost.
Wheelchairs, thank you. I'm gonna have to sell 2,500 wheelchairs to make this work. I'm selling 2,500 wheelchairs. Now, when I sell 2,500 wheelchairs, the amount of money that I bring in is
1.5 million.
$1.5 million. Now, if I look at it on a graph, like I had here, so I have a cost function and a revenue. The revenue is blue. That's how much money I am making. This is DJ's burger stand, okay? He's making money here. Now cost is the red. So this is how much it costs for you to be in business. So what do you think happens right here at this magic point where these cross? What happens to my lines? They switch. Now, what does that mean for this word problem though?
You get profit.
You have profit. Because the blue line, which is my revenue, is going to be higher than the cost. So everything in between these two lines is now profit. If I do the same thing on the other side, this is referred to as a loss. So on the other side of this break-even point, the left side is going to be a loss, the right side is going to be profit. Now, let's take a look at my last thing in my notes. Okay, there's my break even. So all this here is a loss. All this right here is a gain or profit. The last part we're going to do is we're going to calculate profit. We just take the R of X minus C of X. Okay, to figure that out, it is R of X minus C of X. It's always going to be, is my revenue more than my profit? Revenue and cost respectively. So inside this one, I don't like the way that they wrote this out. We're going to do it by hand. If I do it by hand, I'm going to show you for this, it is my revenue cost, so it's R of X minus C of X. My R of X was here, my revenue was 600X, minus my cost function, which was 500,000, plus 400X. I don't like the way that they showed it, so that's why I'm just putting the two together. So you're always going to write it like this, especially with the parentheses there.
Not an R or P.
Which one?
Where do you see a
In the
P?
beginning of the.
What is this function called?
You have profit.
Oh, my bad.
That's where I get my P of X.
Got it. I didn't know what P stands for.
So when you're doing this and we find a value for X, all I have to do is plug in that number. So let's say, for instance, DJ, he sells 3,000 of these wheelchairs. You ready? Okay. So my profit function of 3,000, So everywhere that's an X, I'm going to replace X with what?
3,000.
3,000. So let's do that. Times 3,000 minus 500,000 plus 400 times and all you have to do when you're doing this, plug all of this into the calculator as is. So this one you're going to plug in, but this is not a grapher. This is not grapher. This is just calculate. So I'll let you finish writing that down, then I'll bring up my calculator for this.
I found it. I found it.
Wait. Which creature's gone?
Brandon.
That one. As soon as that one gets back. All right, so I'm going to go back to home, and I want calculations this time. And it is 600, parentheses, 3,000, close, minus, open, 500,000, plus 400, parentheses, 3,000 again, close and close. So this number is positive 100,000. Positive 100,000.
That's such a disappointing number. For like from that big of equation. Like that's such.
But that's real business though. But if you look at your investment, you invested $500,000, right? And so the first thing you have to do is recover your cost of the investment. And then after that, everything's going to be profit. So it's going to go up a lot faster after that. So in terms of my problem, wait, one more zero. There we go. That means that DJ in his sales made $100,000 of profit. If this number is negative, what do you think that would mean?
I'm losing.
You're losing money. It would be a loss.
Basically, I'm going back.
Yes, you would. So
You still do the same thing, just negative.
Yeah.
yeah, if it was a negative, it would be a loss. If it's positive, it's a profit. Now, for you people, make sure you all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification button and finish your homework assignment, please.
I think he's recording.